Guys, we're going to get things started off the top with this. You know, Spider-Man Far From Home is coming out. And ever since Venom came out, remember that movie, guys? The movie everybody said was going to fail because Spider-Man's not in it, had no chance of succeeding. Well, went on to make $800 million at the box office. But ever since that happened, and for the most part, audiences liked it, a lot of people have wondered, could we ever see finally Spider-Man and Venom, Tom Holland Spider-Man and Venom, do some sort of crossover? Now, some people like me thought, well, that's probably unlikely given the nature of the deals between Sony and Marvel, and that doesn't seem like it's likely to ever happen sort of thing. Well, guess what? There is somebody out there who seems to think there could be a chance that a Spider-Man Venom crossover movie could happen. And it's some loser named Kevin Feige, who just might happen to know these things. Kevin Feige, this was in an interview, I believe, with Cinema Blend. Kevin Feige was asked about the possibilities of maybe could we ever see the Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, and Venom do a crossover at some point. And this is what Kevin Feige actually said. He said, I think probably. It's up to Sony. Sony has both those characters and has Venom in their world. I don't know what their plans are for another Venom or if they're going to do that, but it seems likely at some point. So Kevin Feige is saying, Kevin Feige, who is normally close to the vest Kevin, who is normally play dumb Kevin, and by the way, there is a little bit of play dumb in this statement. We'll get to that in a second. But he's saying, yeah, probably. It's like, I'm sorry, wait a minute, time out. What? Probably? We're probably going to be getting one of these Spider-Man? That seems odd. Now, there is a little bit of playing dumb here, Rob, because one of the things he says there, he goes, I don't know what their future plans for Venom are or if they're going to make another one. He knows Sony's making another one. Hell, we all know. They're already making it. They're already in pre-production on it. They're doing the development on it. We know they're doing, so he's playing a little bit dumb there. Oh gosh, I don't know if they're going to do another Venom movie. Well, obviously they are. So Rob, this raises a couple of interesting questions. Number one, we all know that because of the particular details of the Sony and Marvel deal, Sony isn't supposed to use a live-action Spider-Man in their world while they've got a live-action Spider-Man going on in Marvel. So, I mean, that's understandable. That's totally understandable. Marvel doesn't really want to join their MCU universe with Sony's, for the lack of a better term right now, Venomverse. And yet, here we are with Kevin Feige saying it's likely that we're going to see these things cross over. Now, there weren't any more details other than that. Rob, you hear this statement. What's your takeaway on this?
Well, I thought it was inevitable. You know, eventually,
remember, nothing's happened yet.
No, like Feige said, Sony controls the rights to Spider-Man, and they've had a very fruitful collaboration with Marvel.
Yes, they have,
and it's been very good for everyone. Now, I can't imagine that they would take Spider-Man back and hold him close to their vest because it's worked so well. I mean, I think part of the success of Venom was due to the fact that Spider-Man had led the way, and Spider fans know that Venom is a part of the Spider universe. And I think that why can't they both exist? You know, we'll see. I as long as we get good movies, John, I'm all for it. I want to see Venom and Spider-Man go at it.
I think that could be interesting. Look, I said for a while, because a lot of people are like, everybody should boycott Venom so that Sony doesn't take Spider-Man back. And I'm like, hello, you want Venom to succeed so Sony can see, hey, we don't need to have Spider-Man in our universe for it to work. We can have Spider-Man in the MCU and make lots of money, and we can have our own universe without Spider-Man and make lots of money, and it's the best of both worlds. You should want Venom. So I agree with you. I don't see any reality here about why Sony at this point, with Venom being successful, we got Morbius on the way, their collaboration with Marvel on having Spider-Man in the MCU has been fantastic so far, and we'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later with Far From Home. So I don't know. Are we seeing a little bit of give here that maybe Kevin Feige might acknowledge they're kind of in the same reality? Or maybe, I don't know what he's thinking. And by the way, let's be clear here. Kevin Feige did not just confirm, because I already know people are going to run that. It's confirmed, Spider-Man and Venom. No, it's not. Kevin Feige said, I think it's likely. That's not a confirmation of anything. It may never happen. But it's going to be interesting that if it does, what gives? Does Sony give up something? Does Marvel give up something? Because something's got to give for a movie like that to happen. And it's going to be interesting to see what do those things give. So listen, guys, I want to know what you guys think. And we're going to make that today's question of the day. Our question of the day is simply this. Kevin Feige is saying it's likely. Do you think it's actually going to happen? Do you think they're actually going to get a Spider-Man with Tom Holland and a Tom Hardy Venom crossover movie? Now, I put that poll up on my Twitter, and you can go to my Twitter right now. You can see my Twitter handle right there. And you can vote on this right now if you wish. I put this up just before the show started. So let's take a look and see what you guys are saying right now. Question of the day, will Kevin Feige says it's likely. Will it actually happen? Right now, about 1,300 of you have voted. 63% of you actually believe that this is going to happen. And right now, 37% of you are saying, no, it won't happen. We'll check in on this poll again a little bit later in the show, probably after we do the movie news feed. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think this is actually going to happen? And if so, what gives to make it happen? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below.